What a pickup there on first down.
Okay, ready?
Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Ball handed off. Right down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
Chris, it's pretty surreal to get to the national championship in this day and age of college football when everybody wants to spread you out and throw the football. This offense has been pounding the rock all year long, and here, how about the first half? This back is having a big day.
Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing that he's potentially capable of doing it.
They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. Second down here, time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. So we've reached the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to take the lead here before halftime. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Quarterback will throw it off the one-pass option. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball to the 6. Defense getting pushed back.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get into the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time with good recognition by the quarterback, and he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
1st and goal, they'll try to run it in. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tulsa. Who says he needed explosive plays, Kirk? That was a long, winding scoring drive.
And think about this is the national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality of a defense. That is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. They'll return it from inside the 5. He's tackled at the 21. That's when the drive will start. Comes the UML Monroe offense back on the field. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. Pitches to the back. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. 3rd down play here out of the shotgun. Grab down the middle. It's Jamania. Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play.
But when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
The Warhawks come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
And that run produces a decent game.
It's not a huge game here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the fourth quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
The gain makes it second and medium. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
On the double.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Here's the option play. QB decides to keep it here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Timeout is called to duck strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Important second down play coming up. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And that pass rush has trapped him into sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
You know, the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. 8th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. On third down, he drops to throw. He's going to pull it down and run. Finding space at the 20. Tough running there. Breaks a tackle, picks up the first down. And the Warhawks will house it to the line to run the hurry-up offense. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Bringing pressure. And it's picked off in the end zone. Going the other way. Can they stop him?
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least a field goal. They've got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
I'm running down, just one play left here in the half. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Finds room at the 30. They make the tackle as time expires. That'll do it for the first half. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Tulsa will kick it off to get the second half going. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. UML Monroe offense back out there now. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. Catch made. It's a big play inside the 30.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
First and 10 now for the offense. It's an option look. He'll toss it to the back. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. Got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
The Warhawks are in the red zone now. They'll try to run for the first down. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds, and now it's 4th down. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo. The running play called on 4th down. And the Warhawks pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going.
That is some determination by this offense. Picking up a new set of downs on the run. The call works out perfectly. You just needed 2 yards, you pick it up, and now you've got another chance at points.
The Warhawks pick up enough yards to move the sticks. They're going to run the option. Pitch play to the back. He shows off the juking ability, but not much room to run. It's a short game. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Grab behind the line. It's Murphy. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Offense facing a 3rd down now. They can still get a first down without scoring. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Touchdown, Warhawks. They'll take their lead in the 2nd half.
You could just tell this quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do as things were developing in front of him. He saw that open space and decided, I'm just going to take it myself and head to the end zone for a touchdown.
They're setting out to try the BAT. And the extra point makes it a 17-14 lead. Makes it to kick the ball off now. Fields it just outside the goal line. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Golden Hurricanes offense back on the field now. They'll run it to the right side. Moves the ball out across the 30. That's good for a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. They'll run it here. solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Well, this defense is going to have to mix up some looks because this back has had a monster day in the national championship. Running inside, running outside. The defense has got to do a good job of locking in on him to negate his big play ability.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. Tackled at the 44, but good enough for a 1st down.
Another positive gain by this back. I tell you, between the offensive line sustaining blocks and this back's vision and ability to explode into that 2nd level of this defense, this guy is having a monster day in the biggest stage of all in the national championship.
Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. Take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Hand off to the right side. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the 1st.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big 1st half. And he's already at it again.
On 1st down, they'll keep their running game sweet. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And on the carry, he's heading left. And they've got him, but there's also a flag on the play. Offense will have to overcome the holding penalty now. This is the 6th play on the drive. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. On the run here, lets it go. Receiver makes the catch. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Gives it to the back. Defense stops him short of the 1st down marker, and that'll do it in the 3rd quarter of play. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Well, that's the drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to this big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 23. Potential 4-down territory. Let's see what the 3rd down call is. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. And here's the fair catch by the return man. The Warhawks offense back on the field now. The last drive, the passing game, very effective, moving them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. Moves the ball out across the 30, and that's good for a 1st down.
You got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line and the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
The offense with 5 receivers now, empty backfield. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. He shreds the tackle. Just a small gain, looking at 2nd and 9. two-back set, quarterback flanked by the backs. They're trying to run it with the option. He'll pitch it. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
What a game for this offense at the line of scrimmage. They've been able to enjoy really the tempo going their way because they've been able to run the football. This guy now has 98 yards rushing, a couple more, and he'll be in triple digits. What a great day for him.
And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. It's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. Fourth down now. And the Warhawks will look to convert here on fourth down. They've got him, but not before he makes a first down at the 41.
Chris, I'll be honest with you. I thought on fourth down and one, they might be just trying to draw the defense off sides. But they caught me and probably the defense by surprise as well, especially on their own side of the field. Gutsy play call right there to keep this drive alive.
The Warhawks pick up enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs. Inside the 45. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Steps out of bounds, but not before a huge gain on the ground.
Chris, how about that? This guy is a pro with a football. He gets one block out in front of him. It seems like he's setting a new speed barrier.
They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Great job by the running back is staying inbounds to continue to work that clock, working here in the fourth quarter with the lead. You got that defense getting closer and closer to their goal line. They are backed up, and they are desperate. They've got to make a play here. The offense just has to take care of the ball, a chance to really secure victory here.
Keeping it on the ground here. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Yeah, I like this call here late in a game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
So it's first and goal. The offense will try to milk the clock and add points if they can. So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. For the offense, a chance to extend the lead, but more importantly, milk the clock here late in the game. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UML Monroe.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a two-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
They'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. He's missed it. The extra point is no good. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. Here comes the Tulsa offense back out there. The last drive was a long march, but it stalled. They came up empty. Can they find the end zone this time? Trying to create outside the pocket now. Final minutes here. They'll throw it deep downfield. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. And that review confirms the ruling on the field was correct, so the play will stand. New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Can he take it all the way?
Oh, man, Chris, I really thought this offense had a chance to get back into this game. The only thing you hate to see is the interception. But give credit to the defense. They come up with a big play that potentially ices the game.
And here comes the offense back out on the field now. He'll hand it off. And the defense smothers him for no gain. Offense getting set. It's second down. And they'll just try to run some clock here, keeping it on the ground.
The defense coordinator this week always telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
Okay, ready?
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. They'll run the option. And the quarterback keeps it here. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. And the Warhawks will have to punt this one away. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. The Tulsa offense back on the field now. This drive is important. Last one and an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain.
Well, we just continue to see this defense make great plays, especially with their tackling. And the awareness to understand we're in the fourth quarter, you're trying to keep this offense in bounds so they keep that clock moving.
On the run here. Lets it go. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time.
That ball just seemed to sail on him. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch in bounds, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
So the incompletion, it sets up a third down and 3. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Goes to his right side there for the completion. He'll get the first down yardage before they finally bring him down.
Boy, the defense missed an opportunity to here put a lot of pressure on this offense. They allow them to convert. They could have got them to fourth down with the lead that they have. Boy, this could have been a knockout punch.
And the clock winding down. They'll take a deep shot. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on first down, but missed it.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots, get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
Good as he gets the pass away. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock.
Well, close to coming up with a big play. I love this call here to start this second half, because I think it not only will you come close to hitting a big play, but I think it also pushes those safeties.
Going for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on third down and long. It's a bit of a risk. With that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on fourth and long.
Under heavy pressure, hit as he throws it. The ball falls to the ground, and we have a national champion. Well, this head coach told us we prepared well, we're ready. I'd be shocked if we didn't go out and play well. And he had a good read on his team. It's a big win.
This team was incredibly well prepared, and schematically, I liked a lot of the things they did to counter how the defense was attacking them. Sometimes games can be won and lost thanks to a good game plan, and we saw how it made a big difference today.
Well, that's going to do it for us and wrap up another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler.